Hello friends, welcome to another edition of Can't Sleep Creations. It is being hosted by my good friends Annie from Crafting with Indie Annie Jones, Dawn from Shabby Meets Bling, and Monica from Up All Night DIY. This collaboration is for Easter, so I'm going to be doing a Easter egg and a bunny head. And I will mainly be using some of the foam clay. So let's get started. My first project is going to be an Easter egg. Now this is just one of those Easter eggs that you get from the Dollar Tree. I did get it a couple years ago, so I don't know if they have it anymore. I have my silicone mold here and my Crayola Model Magic foam clay. So what I'm going to be doing is taking my mold here. I'm going to use every single design. I'm just going to roll out my clay. Just going to do these one at a time. Just go ahead and show you the first one. Just going to push it in. And I want to make this flat, so I'm just going to roll it out because I'm going to be gluing these to the egg. Let's pop it out. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and continue the rest of them and get them on the egg here. So here it is. I haven't glued anything on yet, and I did do a little bit of trimming, but it needs more trimming. And of course I have a little gap at the top and the bottom. So I'm just going to take some more of my clay. I'm just going to roll it out and just fill in the top there and the bottom like so. Now it is all done. You can see I changed it out. The wood is so thin, those pieces you get from Dollar Tree, that it just bows too much. So I had some leftover pieces of the foam board from the Dollar Tree, and I decided to do that. I made the egg just a little bit smaller, and this is all glued on with E6000 and it's fully dry. So now I'm going to be painting. The two colors I'm using is Cameo Pink and Wild Rose. So I'm going to base coat it first with the Cameo Pink. So let's go ahead and get some paint on here. I will actually be using one more color of pink at the end. And got to make sure that you get into all the cracks and crevices here, because this mold had so many details in these patterns. Alright, so I ended up doing 2 coats of the pink. Now I'm going to be taking that Wild Rose, and it's going to be brushed on here. It's a little damp, and I'm also taking a damp piece of paper towel and rubbing it on. I kind of just want to go over the whole thing. Let's put a little bit more here. Make sure some of that light pink shows through here. So here I've sped it up. I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of the egg done. Okay, so now I'm going to take some of this hydrangea pink, and I'm going to go down the middle part of the egg. Just want to get some highlights in here in the center. And I am rubbing it off with a damp piece of paper towel. Don't want it too dark on there. Okay. Got that going. Now I'm going to be taking that Wild Rose again, and I'm going to go around the edges here with it and just blend it in. Kind of want the edges a little darker. So I'm going to keep going around the egg here with the darker pink, and then when it's dry I want to put a Shabby Chic bow on here. Alright, so I cut this piece off of, I believe it might be a curtain panel. I got it from the ARC thrift store a few months back and somebody had already cut on it, but I thought it would be perfect for crafting. So I'm just going to cut a few strips here and cut them in half. It's going to be part of my Shabby Chic bow. I also have this piece of lace. I'm going to cut about the same length. I'm going to cut these ends off. I'm going to be using the whole thing here. And I'm going to cut down the middle. All right, so that gives me my pieces. Just going to layer them here. Going to twist it, and then I'm going to take a piece of wire, just some floral wire. I'm going to wrap it around, cut it off. Then I am going to rag it up a little bit by cutting into the middle of all the pieces. Do that real quick here. I'm trying to make sure I get all of these cut in half. Okay. And I think I'm going to hot glue it right there. I'm going to put some hot glue on to the lace bow. There we go. And then I'm going to use some of my pearl beads here that are on the string. Just going to put it there, cut it about that length, glue another piece. Okay. And I think I'll do one more. Now I also have some ribbon that is pretty much matches the first color pink that I used and the darker pink. So I just tied them all together and hot glued them on by the pearls. And I want to put something else on here, like a flower, I don't know. I kind of like that. You know, I might just put these two buttons on here, kind of like having that silver color. I'm just going to play with this here, what do you think? Yeah, I think we'll just do this with the two buttons. I think I like that better than having that piece of lace. That was actually painted the dark pink color, but I think I kind of like this much better. And I probably should put some kind of backing on here to hold it up, but it's okay, I think. You know, I decided I want to go ahead and put a flower on here. So I have this cute little flower in a dark and light pink. I think it's perfect. All right. That is project number 1. Now for my second project, I am going to be doing one of those bunny heads that you get from Hobby Lobby. I've never been able to find one, but I'm going to make my own. So I just have a egg-shaped styrofoam here. I'm going to use my Model Magic clay. So let's go ahead and roll it out. I want to cover the styrofoam egg. Oops, got stuck there a little bit. Let's get this rolled out pretty thin. I don't need it super thick. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get the egg covered. I know there's extra because of the shape. I'm just going to cut it off here with my X-Acto knife. And then push it together. It doesn't have to be perfect because, you know, those bunny heads are, you know, distressed and everything. So it's kind of hard to get this perfectly smooth. I kind of like it to be wrinkled a little bit, you know, little dimples. Let's go ahead and cut some more off. All right, so that is the bunny head, and this is the base that I'm using. It's a small terracotta pot. Just covered it up, and when I looked at the base of the bunny, it reminded me of a terracotta pot. And I just happen to have this one on hand. I've had it for many years. I'm going to cut a strip here because I want want to go ahead and piece this. Got to make it look like one piece. That's what I like about this foam clay. It's so easy to work with, and I like to wet my fingers down just a little bit. I have a little dish of water, and it helps smooth it out some. So I'm just going to have to work this for a little bit. All right, so I'm also making some little cheeks on the bunny on the side. I got one done, and this is all I did was put this little bit of clay here, and I'm just going to get it pressed on and blend it in the best I can. The next thing I'm trying to do is his snout, not stout, snout. So I want to build it out just a little bit. Again, I'm wetting it down here, as you can see, just to kind of get it all blended. Now, I've never done an animal face before, so the Model Magic stuff I've pretty much, when I tried to sculpt, was that ghost that I did that was Shabby Chic last year, and the snowman that I did. So this is a lot more detail. And I've never sculpted in my life before. So I'm just making this little piece here that is going to be, you know, on how the nose goes. I'm just kind of trying to shape it the right way. So let's get this all blended in. And you can kind of see the mouth there. I'm not sure if I'm doing this correctly, but you know, I'm doing the best I can with it. Just trying to figure out how to do the sculpting. I'm going to take my X-Acto knife and go down the middle of the mouth and make the little triangle shape for the nose here. Alright, so got that done. Still trying to blend everything in. I think I want to make it smile just a little bit. I'm going to turn that up. I'm going to wet my fingers here, get a little more smoothing done. Your hands definitely get a workout with this. But I think it's shaping up nicely. All right, now I've done the eye. On this side I had to practice first because I wasn't sure how to do the eyes. I think this one looks pretty good. You can see it's really wet. So I'm just making this little oval piece here. I'm going to blend it in a little bit. I'm going to wet it down. So this is my eyeball like that. This looks like I kind of messed up that a little bit. Got to watch it. Then I'm going to take more clay. I'm just going to roll it. I'm going to put it underneath the eye here, and then I'm going to do one above the eye. Just going to kind of use this to smooth this together. I'm going to use my fingernail to make an indent here for the eye. All right, let's put the upper piece on. And kind of smooth it a little bit. Okay, it's kind of hard to make it look exactly like the other eye, but I'm doing my best here. Just trying to smooth this out with some water, get the shape correctly. I'm going to go in with the X-Acto knife here in my fingernail to define the eyeball. And this is going to get painted, so that line will get covered up a little bit with the paint. Oh, this eye is just not cooperating with me. Let's put a little bit more here above it. All right, I think I got it done. This is good enough. It almost looks like an alien head here, doesn't it? I know. It'll look more like a bunny when I get the ears on. These eyes, they're just bothering me. I can't make them look exactly the same. I like the first one that I did the best, but second one's okay. Now the next thing I want to work on is the ears. And I decided, I was going to use just some cardboard, but I decided to use some more of that foam board that I have because they're going to get covered, and I cut out these shapes. I had them a little long to begin with, but I did finally figure it out. So what I've done is I just covered the ear on the front and the back, and I've taken this other piece here that I want to make that little flap on the ear that you see in the picture. So I'm just going to add that on here. I'm going to cut some of this off. And just kind of shape it the best I can. And I will put something underneath there to keep it propped up for it to dry. Just need to add a little bit more down here just to kind of cover that up. Again, you know, just a lot of blending that you have to do. And for me, it works best if I just wet my fingers to try to blend it. I'm also going to use this to roll on it just a tad bit. Just going to pop it out there. All right, now I need to work on the other ear. So here are both of the ears done. I have attached them with some toothpicks, but I want to put some clay on here. And you can see I added just a few pieces of scrap pieces of paper towel just to kind of hold that up for right now. And I need to prop something up here. That might be too big. But I want to go ahead and get this all blended in where I attach the ears. All right, so here it is. It is all done and dry. Now I'm going to be using the Waverly chalk paint in the color Plaster. I'm going to give it a couple coats. And then I want to do some distressing. So let's go ahead. You can. It's kind of hard to see. It is a little bit lighter white than the clay. But like I said, I will be doing 2 coats and then I'm going to distress it. Make sure I get into all the little cracks there. All right, so now I'm going to be using my Hippo Gray, and I'm just taking a damp piece of paper towel and just going to be putting it on and rubbing it off. I want to make sure I get in all the little cracks here around his face so the details of the mouth and nose and the eyes will pop. Now you can do yours any way you want to. You can use a paintbrush. I just like to go use my piece of paper towel here. I like to put it on kind of heavy and then brush a whole bunch off, because then you can always go back over and make it darker if you want. So I'm going to go ahead and get this finished up, and once it is dry, we're going to do some embellishing on the bunny. Alright, he is all done. And I have this ribbon here. I'm not going to be attaching anything to the bunny itself. I'm just going to be putting some hot glue on the ribbon here, bringing the other piece over. So it's just the ribbon hot glued to itself. Nothing's touching the clay. And then I'm going to hot glue this little lacy flower that I made right to the ribbon. Okay, make sure it's just on the ribbon only, and then I can put some more things inside the lace. I thought about that big flower, but it's just too big. I want to use something smaller. So the first thing I've done is add some of my dark and light pink ribbon on there, and a couple pieces of the pearl beads. I have some pieces here from different flower picks that I'm just attaching randomly. Got a little yellow flower here. I want to have a pop of yellow and a little pink one here. I think I'm going to cut that piece off, hot glue it right there, and put the little berries in too. I did add a few more of the berries. I also want to add some of these pearls to be the center of the flowers. I'm going to put that one in the yellow one and a little bit smaller one in the pink one. I think that one will work. There we go. There, looks really cute. Now, you know, the bunny has glasses, so we got to put some glasses on it here too. So here are some glasses that I got off of Amazon, and I can't believe that they fit perfectly. Now these are more of a copper color. Then there are some silver colored and black. You get 3 of each in the package. And if you're interested, I will put the link down below, because you can use these for other things besides, of course, a bunny head. I think I need to cut these off, though. I don't like the way that is looking. So I did cut them off with my wire cutters. They cut real easily. I think that's a lot better. They are a little looser, but I might just need to tighten it up just a little bit. Oops, see, fell off. But if it's standing up, they don't fall off. It's because it's I've got it laying down. It just wants to fall off. Because if I stand it up, they stay in place. And, you know, if I want to keep the glasses on, I would just hot glue it. But I don't know if I want to keep the glasses on just yet. And I like how these have real glass in them. See how they stand up perfectly? All right, let's check out both of the projects, how I have them styled. I had so much fun doing my projects. I hope that you enjoyed them. Let's take another look at them one more time. We got the egg, and you know what I just noticed? This egg, this color is matching my jammy top. That is so cool. Now, I haven't done anything with it on the back. I might paint it the dark color and make some kind of a stand so it can stand up on its own. But for now, I'll just be like propping it up for my decorating. If I ever get to my decorating here. And of course, my all-time favorite is the bunny. And this is, of all the crafts that I've done so far, I just love this bunny, how it turned out. My first time sculpting a real animal type face. I think I did pretty good. And I just think, you know, he or she, you can have it however you want. I mean, it looks like a she right now because it's all frilly. But I can also decorate with the bunny by taking everything off, because everything is just hot glued to the ribbon. The ribbon's not hot glued to the bunny head whatsoever. And just with the glasses, and keep it for year round, of course. He or she can be decorated for 4th of July, can interchange this out for fall, and of course for Christmas. So yes, I do love this bunny. All right, that is going to do it for the video. I hope that you enjoyed it and could give you some ideas on making some different type of Easter decor for your home. And remember to go check out all the videos on the playlist. I'll have that link down below. And I also have the links to Annie's, Dawn's, and Monica's channel down below in my description box, because you don't want to miss them. They are fabulous. And if you haven't subscribed to them already, you will definitely want to. I want to wish everybody a very wonderful evening, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.